Okay, it's 3/8/2017. This video is about a rod rack. I made me a rod rack for my Bass Tracker boat. It's a 1997 Bass Tracker boat, 16 footer. Got a 40 horsepower Merc Force motor on it. Anyway, I just did this the redneck way. That's what I call it, my redneck rod rack. So I went to Lowe's and bought everything. So bought me a 2x4 and cut it the length of the boat. Cut it what length you want to. Mine's about 8 inches, I guess, from the edge of the boat. You know, you can choose what you want to do. So 8 on each side. I just put 4 rod holders back here. I used, see these mounting bases here? You can buy those, of course, in any hardware store. And used steel pipe. I guess this is considered plumbing, about 12 inches. Got threads on each end. This stands about 12 inches tall. Then I said, well, how am I going to transition? This is 3/8 bolt thread, these rod racks, rod holders. And tried to find a transition from plumbing pipe thread to this, and I couldn't do it, to bolt thread 3/8. This is 3/8 thread down here at the bottom. It's much bigger. Well, I couldn't find a bell reducer that would do that, so I had to tap it. I had to get me a cap, pipe cap. Let me go around here. And I had to take this 3/8 16 thread tap, just happened to have it. Got it from a yard sale, so yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit of work to make this. Probably do better purchasing it, but I got started and bought all the stuff and said, well, now I can tap it since I got my tap set. So I just used a cap, pipe cap, and it don't come out to the center, seems like sometimes, but you got to be careful and center it with a punch. And then this is, I tap this, just drill the hole through it. One drill smaller, I don't know, just measure the drill bit, lay it up against the tap. See, this screws right in. Of course, these screw in too. So anyway, my name is Mike. Phone number 706-394-5879. Email is basscarp, 2 fish together, bass and a carp, BASSCARP @comcast.net. And that's how I did it. And so used it to catch some crappie so far. I ain't used it to catch the stripers, so I hope it'll hold up the stripers. They're pretty sturdy. Now, how do you anchor this board down to the boat? Well, I've got, you know, I can use me a clamp, C-clamp up under here, or I had temporarily put some clamps on here. I don't know if I'm going to bolt it or clamp it. Probably clamp it with some C-clamp right here. You know, your boat may be different, so you may have to figure out how to clamp it. And so I had it centered. I've only got, like I said, I'm going to put one more. You notice I've got 3. Well, I'm going to put one more right here. And so I have 4, and they're about, these things wind up being about, these 2 are 17 inches apart. I know that's a lot, but it's got to clear this motor. And you got to make sure that you put this in a place where it won't interfere with this. When you turn the motor, that this pipe, this wire is going to move over that way toward the pipe, so you got to consider that. Anyway, call me if you need any further instructions. And I think I'm going to put my other one, I'm going to mount my other one about 15 inches from this one over here. It's going to wind up being about 15. Let me see what I did over here real quick. Yeah, this is about 13.5 inches is where I got this one. So if you get confused yet, just give me a call or email me. We'll figure it out. It's going to cost you about 50 bucks, by the way. Yeah, I didn't think so for plumbing, piping, and these little stands here that you put it on, and caps. Winds up $2.50 and $2.50 for this, and $2.50 or $3 for that, and all this. By the time you get into it, might cost you $50. So anyway, I was committed and had to go through with it, but I think I'm going to be pleased. When this thing is bolted down, this thing is pretty doggone sturdy. You know, when it's clamped down. And I had these C-clamps over here, like these welder C-clamps, but this video's going to get long if I keep going on now. That's what I had, just temporarily. Clamp this sucker down like that. And then you can either drill holes or whatever you want to do. Okay, over and out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Jesus loves you and I do too. Go Trump.